Hi guys! Welcome back or welcome to my channel. I'm Anya and today I'm here with another cooking video. This one, although the recipe itself is a bit more common and everyone kind of knows about the cake, everyone's had it, everyone loves it. This recipe is very special to me because every year my grandma would make this cake for my birthday and she would add a little twist to it, and it was a really good time for me, and I was more excited for the cake and spending time with my grandma rather than the fact that it was my birthday. Tomorrow is my birthday and she is no longer with us, which is why I decided to make the cake myself following her recipe, and hopefully you guys like it and decide to try it out too, because you definitely will not regret it. So let's just get straight into it. What you're gonna need for this recipe is eggs, sugar. I'm using white, but you can also use brown if you prefer it. Then we're gonna need some baking powder, baking soda, ground cloves, ground cinnamon, ground nutmeg, lemon juice. You can either use freshly squeezed or store-bought, it's up to you. Then we're gonna need honey, dates, 500 grams of minced pork, and lastly, Pam's Pure Plain Flour. This is my absolute favorite. I use it every time I'm baking or cooking or doing anything in the kitchen, and I suggest you guys try it out. And if you do want to, you can just click the link in the description box down below and make sure to use code ANYA for 15% off. We're gonna start off by adding 3 eggs into the mixing bowl. My grandma used to always crack them with one hand, which I was really impressed with because I never really knew how to do that. Then we're gonna add lemon juice. I'm just gonna add about a teaspoon of that. 1/3 of a cup of honey. My grandma always did it roughly, as she always said that good recipes don't require accuracy. Cinnamon, I'm just gonna add a teaspoon of that. A teaspoon of cloves. A teaspoon of nutmeg. That was something my grandma added to the recipe because she used to love nutmeg. She would put it in everything she made, and it was her signature. Next, we're gonna add baking powder, followed by a teaspoon of baking soda. The next ingredient is Pam's Pure Plain Flour. This is my absolute favorite. I use it every time I'm cooking or baking anything, and I suggest you guys try it out. And make sure to use code ANYA for 15% off. We're gonna start mixing the batter up. If it's too dry, just add some water. That's something I had to do. And just keep mixing it up and mix it until it looks about right. Once mixed up, we can move on to the final 2 ingredients. I have about 200 grams of dates here, which I'm gonna go ahead and cut up into tiny pieces just so they can mix in better with the other ingredients. Once they're all cut up, I'm gonna add them into the mixing bowl and go prepare the final and most exciting ingredient. Turn the stove on, add a bit of oil into the frying pan and let it heat up. Once the oil is hot, you can go ahead and add 500 grams of minced pork into the pan. I like to add a bit of salt on it just so it has more flavor, but it's really up to you. And then I'm just gonna cook it for about half an hour or until it looks about well done. When the meat is ready, add it into the mixing bowl. Just mix it up thoroughly with the other ingredients. You're gonna grab an oven tray, add some oil in it, and just spread the oil around. Make sure it gets all the edges just so the batter doesn't stick and just so it's easier to take the cake out once it's done. Pour the batter in. Again, spread it around, make sure it's got all the sides, and make sure it looks flat at the top just so it bakes more evenly. We're gonna pop it into the oven, which is gonna be preheated at 200 degrees. And we're just gonna bake it for an hour to an hour and a half, or until it looks ready. When the cake is done, take it out of the oven, let it cool down for a bit before cutting it into slices, and it is ready to be served. The cake looks amazing and it honestly smells so delicious, so I'm gonna give it a little try. Oh, it tastes amazing. It's just like Grandma used to make it. I'm obsessed with this recipe, and I honestly hope you guys decide to make it. And if you do, then please just tag me, share the video with me, because I would love to see your take on this recipe. I hope you guys liked the video. I really hope you decide to try the recipe out yourself. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and make sure to use code Anya for 15% off. Leave a comment down below on what you want me to make next, and I'll see you guys next week.